Hey everyone, so I was able to sneak away from doing yard work and all the fun stuff this time of year. And I'm going to address a question that was brought up by Working Overtime on Squatch 253's channel. And it was about the dipstick for the fuel tank on a D4. He asked if the seat tank and the side tank use the same length dipstick. And obviously, as you guys can see, they do not. But we're going to go over measurements just in case anyone needs to make one. I know he said he doesn't have one for either of his. So let's run over those measurements. So we'll start with the side tank here. This one's got just a little bit of rust on it. I'm not sure what you guys can see in the light here. But this one goes up to 24 gallons here. It is stamped 24 right there. And if we look at the seat tank, this one goes to 30. So right off the bat there, I assume the seat tank is obviously a larger fuel tank. So as far as measurements go, these are both 18 gauge steel, and they both are right at 312 thousandths or 5/16 of an inch wide. Now we'll break it down into lengths and all the marks for the different gallons. Okay, so after measuring all the lines with a caliper here, this is what we came up with. So a 14 and 5/16 overall length plus your 2-inch bent tail or your handle. First one is at 7/16. Then we go to 5/8, 9/16, 9/16, inch and an eighth, and that has the letter 5 or the number 5 in it. And a 9/16, 9/16, 9/16. 10 is an inch wide. Then we go 1/2 inch for the next 3, and then a 1-inch space with 15 stamped into it. A 1/2 inch, 9/16, 9/16, inch and 3/16 spacing with 20 stamped into it. Then 5/8, 11/16, and then just from there to the end of the tail, they have 24 stamped in there. Okay, so as far as measurements go on this one, there are no lines. They just stamp a number in, and that's it. Obviously, they weren't as critical with these as they were the side tank models. So, measuring from the end here to this bend, it's 24 inches long, plus your 2-inch tail or handle. And then measuring from this end here, which is represented by this line, the number 5 is 1 7/16 in. Number 10 is 3 1/4. 15, 7 inches. 20, 11 9/16. 25, 16 3/8. And 30, 23 3/8. Now remember, these numbers are all measured from this end, and it is to the center of the stamped number. So I hope this helps whoever may need it. And just to kind of hit on the side tank versus seat tank, we will go look at a representation of each, and you'll kind of understand why these numbers here, you're almost double the tank here, but you're only gaining 10 gallons because that tank is kind of built like a house where it gets narrower at top. So we'll go take a look at those so you guys kind of see what the differences are. We're out here at the 5T D4. This is the one I bought in Le Sueur. Now, someone cut this tank apart and welded it back together. I'm not sure what their reasoning for that was, but as you can see, tank mounts on the fender, and it should come back to about here. I believe this mounting bracket should go in these holes here, and then this drain would go down that hole. So that is a side tank. So there you get an idea of what a side tank on a crawler looks like. Obviously, like I said, it should be bigger, but you get the general idea. Now we'll go look at a seat tank. Now this crawler here, this is a D47U. This one has not made it on YouTube yet, but your fuel tank is right behind where you sit. And as you can see, the higher you get, this tapers up. So there's quite a bit of difference in the two style tanks, and that also kind of shows how, as this narrows, you get less holding capacity. But I think that's going to wrap that up, guys. I hope everyone found it a little informational. Some people don't know, some do, but I appreciate everyone watching, following along, and Squatch, you're not the only one with 20-inch wide pads.